Hi everyone, Lena and Cooper here. Today's going to be a little different. I'm actually going to be talking about the different waves of emotion that me and other vet techs and veterinarians go through on the daily. Okay, so within, I would say, an hour span, you can go through being really happy. You're like, oh my goodness, he's so cute. What a good boy. And then if something comes in really sick and, they need critical attention, then all of a sudden it's like the mood drops and it's like, okay, we're going to fix this animal. And then if you have an emergency, it's a totally different mode of we have to save this animal's life. So 2 weeks in a row, this situation happened where we're going through the motions of the day. We got some highs, pretty much highs in terms of feeling happy with the animals. We're all pretty stressed out. So it's like a back and forth where we're stressed, but we're happy because we're helping animals. But then an emergency comes in. And we were doing the usual workup of blood work and x-rays, and it was determined by the doctor that the dog definitely needed emergency care, especially overnight. It needed to get an ultrasound, and the owners were willing to schedule the ultrasound for the next day, but they wanted to take their dog home for the night, which before the patient was able to leave the building, she crashed. So immediately CPR had to happen. Can you save every animal? No. But we're going to do what we can to do so for that pet and for that family. So CPR, chest compressions, breathing, emergency drugs are given, and ultimately the pet didn't make it, which was really sad because it really hit me emotionally. I actually cried afterwards because I was working with that animal the whole entire appointment, which the appointment was like an hour long, doing the workup, the blood work, the x-rays. And for her to not make it was very sad for me. And I knew she was really sick, and I knew that she probably wasn't going to do well going home. So I never want to have an animal pass, in that kind of way, especially when she didn't, the last time she saw her family, she was coming in here. So yeah, it was frustrating, and it was very sad. And of course, sometimes you don't have time to process these types of situations because technically it's like you're going through a death and people should mourn. And sometimes you can't because now we have to move on to the next thing or we have to do something else. And I started thinking about, okay, what could have been done differently for that pet in that situation? So I started replaying everything back, and I was like, okay, this is what I can do for the next time. Am I beating myself up? No, I'm just trying to stay prepared, basically. You can never prepare for an emergency where, things could happen at any time. But I want to keep myself, always thinking ahead. Just in case. In my head, it was like, okay, if this animal, we are doing a full workup and we're telling the owner that they need emergency care, I'm going to start just getting everything ready. As long as they're in the building, I'll have it there ready. Will I need to use it all the time? No. But on the times that I will, it'll be set. So that's just something that I want to do for myself. Because again, I want to make sure that I'm able to do what I can as a technician to help that pet as soon as possible. So it was really sad. Then this past week, we had another emergency where a client was like, "Oh, my dog's not acting right. Her stomach is a little bloated, and I'm not sure what's going on." And when we went to get the patient, she was in major distress. So literally came running in again, and we had to start CPR. Chest compressions, breathing. I had to intubate, giving emergency drugs, epinephrine, atropine. So again, it's like bam, 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 bam. You go from doing what I'm doing on my normal. Oh, we're happy, and then it's like stop, bam, 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 bam. So it's a lot. It's a lot on the mind. It's physically draining. And again, right after that, we had to continue moving on, and not having that time to process a death happened. I think it's sad, and I can totally relate when doctors have to deal with this as well, in terms of the people field. As doctors and nurses, they do the same thing. They have to, go through that emotion of high stress and trying to save a life. And then within 10, 20, 30 minutes, they have to move on to their next patient. How do you really process that? Like, what's the best thing to do? Do you personally just take that time to, mourn, or do you wait till the end of the day? But who can wait till the end of the day sometimes? So after a while, as things start to build and build and build and build and build, and then it becomes something that you're used to and it's normal. I don't know. I definitely wonder how I can process this, because it happened. I had to quickly move past it, but it's something that I still remember. It's not like it went away, because I'm talking about it now. I had 2 weeks of these incidences, and I'm now talking about it. So it's not like it happened and it's like, oh well, it's gone. Next day is calm. I forgot. No, I remember. I remember a lot of times when situations happen when pets passed away, whether it was because it was their time or it was an emergency. I remember it all. And then I started to think about my own life. Like when my father passed away, I don't really think I mourned him properly either. So then I started to think, is that just a pattern of what I became used to in my job of, you have good times, you have bad times, things happen, you do your best, and then you move on. But how healthy is that? And my dad passed away, in 2013. So that's 7 years. And I know I haven't fully mourned his death. I don't know if there's a clear-cut explanation as to what you're supposed to do to mourn. Of course, I cried. I was very upset. But is that enough? Did I really take the time to process? That's my definition. To feel it. Well, you experience it, you feel it, you process and release. So I think I'm at the stage of I experience it, I feel it, I don't always process, and I therefore don't release it. So it's all still in there. And maybe it'll come out in certain times, and then all of a sudden I get sad, or I'm thinking about, oh, this happened. And it's a trauma. So I don't know. That's just my thought. That's the roller coaster of emotions. Vet tech life. Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot. They're crazy, They're funny. They're scary. But hey, that's what we do every day, you know? It's boo, boo, boo. Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place. Being this vet tech on the go because I'm always here, there. And I think that's common for a lot of us. You know, we have a lot of things going on and, you know, we gotta keep things going. So I'm about to go do my morning walk. Cooper's done out of the way. He is ready for his morning nap. We just woke up, I don't know, 2 hours ago. But anyway, so I'll check you guys later and have a wonderful day.